Your 7 minutes starts now.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Kenley, and I'm here because I believe in what OSR can do. Now, in the brief year that I've been in OSR, I've seen that it can help out organizations, not in a glamorous way, but at least it helps in the background, in how organizations could do nation building, to stuff like record studies and nation building evaluation. So one of my platforms is to create a resource for metrics. So you can't really improve on what you can't really measure. So that's why we have success indicators in our goals form, in our PPFs, and so forth. So if we had a resource of different things we have overlooked, different metrics that we could look at, then we could have a better vision of what we can do as an organization. So OSR has an access to the AS reports. From there are metrics that are overlooked. We'll get to that in the next slide. But there are also common themes from these metrics. So these metrics can come up with templates of what organizations can do to improve on metrics that they overlook. And you can also categorize this. So if they want to move in a certain direction that involves a certain metric, then they already have a good idea of what they want to do. And from these metrics, there are already key action points, so that they have a clear idea of how they're going to achieve these metrics. And all of these will be published in the OSR blog. So as an example, I took a look at the reports in IRC, and some of them are actually interesting. Like, for example, the project that at least has 2 alumni gatherings shows that they value their alumni relations, and if an organization wants to move towards alumni relations, they have a better idea of what to do. Or, for example, individual consultation per semester shows that they value the opinions of their members and will pursue efforts that can further engage their members. Next is from these resource for metrics, we could move on to nation building metrics. Now, currently OSR has a nation building evaluation project that shows how an organization is doing nation building, gives them an idea of where they are and how they could improve. But from there were also nation building themes that were found in the research of OSR. We'll get to that in the next slide. But for now, what I want to move on is from this large-scale evaluation to the micro level to see how you could implement the smaller nitty-gritty details. And from these metrics, we could also have validation with the presidents. And from there, once these metrics are validated with the presidents, there will be action points. And from there will be suggestions for organizations on what metrics they could use. And possibly integrate with the core competencies of an organization based on the themes and the metrics. So here are the ones that OSR has researched on this year. So designation, information, social involvement, immersion, sustainable practice and development, responsible governance, and global awareness. That's what OSR has found in its nation building evaluation this year, and we could build on that for the metrics. Next is process improvement. So we want to, OSR currently has best practices sharing in between organizations through the OSR blog. But we will go a step further by going to something more replicable, something that we can measure, something we can easily control. So we could interview organizations that perform consistently well. Use step-by-step instructions, measures and methods for monitoring these processes. And if an organization doesn't have these, OSR could refine this into something that could be published in the OSR blog that meets these requirements. Finally, performance management system reevaluation. Now, there's a nation building evaluation that does a good job of measuring how organizations can improve their nation building. But we can also integrate that to the S reports, to the goals form, that could help organizations target this better. And sometimes there's a disconnect between trust and goals, as we'll see in the next slide. And also, one thing that I noticed is a year and status report or mid-year letter might be a bit too long for an early, so there should be earlier intervention measures. And finally, the findings of these studies should be presented to relevant administrative bodies like OSA, so that if they find it to be something worth using, it can be implemented. So, as an example, it's answered what the competency is, but from here they're trying to build better projects, partnerships with different organizations, but then their choices for internal communication and leadership development rather than external communication. So, one thing we can use is CTQ3. So we could start from this level, the core competency, something from the nation building team, and then from the success indicators, so that it's not disconnected from what they see, so that they are more conscious of what they're trying to do. And another thing is to have an agile retrospective at the end of every month. So an agile retrospective works by trying to recall what has happened during the past month, and then trying to figure out what went wrong, what went right, and analyze why this happened, and try to change the processes based on what they found. Thank you very much, and if you have any questions, please address them during the Q&A. Thank you.
Thank you, Kenley. Hello, Pam. I'm your new moderator. So, so 3 things.